195 bridge down in Rhode Island that connects. It's over a major body of water. It's kind of a big deal. Today at 3 o'clock, they're, I think, going to announce that, we got to replace it.
Yep.
Well, you've only known that forever.
Yep.
We just had to get the ducks in a row is what it is. It'll line up the ducks to be able to shoot them out of the sky.
And it is going to duck everything up in that part of the world.
Oh, it already has, man. It already has. My God.
Can I fight back with somebody?
Please do.
401, you people. That's your people, even though you don't technically live in the 401.
Okay,
I'm giving you the 401.
You're foreyeing me,
Those are your people.
Sure.
So you people in the 401, Gresh, please explain to Hart that we are not, capital N-O-T, a player away. I never said that. I believe you are players all over the roster away.
I would concur.
So I'm not sure what
yeah.
I've argued that it's a multi-year plan. I may or may not have told somebody very high in the organization to his face that I think it's a joke that anyone expects you to make the playoffs next year. There is no shot in hell you're going to make the playoffs after turning over front office, coaching staff, quarterback, offense, the whole damn thing. So yeah, no, but I also believe you're always the quarterback away. If you don't have the quarterback, none of the other crap matters. You can be a very competitive, mediocre football team. If you get the quarterback, and we learned this a lot, some of you have accepted it, some of you haven't. When you have the quarterback, that's really good WD-40 and duct tape.
Well,
really good.
The 774 on the text. A year ago, Jaden Daniels wasn't a first-round prospect.
Yeah, he's the one of the three.
Right.
Sure. The problem is, next year that guy might be the one. And you're like, not three up there. Shedeur Sanders, I guess, is going to be in that mix. Some people like him.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Quinn Ewers, the kid from Texas, going to be in that mix.
Carson Beck, probably.
Yeah, Beck is another one. There will be.
Oh, there'll be
guys. Someone who emerges, but that's
that's your Kenny Pickett.
Well, but that's also
yes, indeed.
But that's also part of the danger of Jaden Daniels, isn't it? He's been pushed up to the top of the draft, but it's the exact same thing.
No, I think that's the benefit.
Whatever.
Well,
if he goes two,
Baker.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's going to always happen.
Round pick, and now he's all of a sudden the first overall pick.
But if Jaden Daniels goes two,
and he's on his fourth team,
and that's part of the argument.
Yeah.
He's not a franchise quarterback.
Right.
He's a starting quarterback, but he's not a franchise quarterback.
It's just like Ridley, good receiver, not a pay me like T. Higgins.
He's your number one receiver.
Your number
doesn't
one.
mean he's a number one.
There you go.
Very different things.
Very true.
But Jaden Daniels could actually help the Patriots. The texter bringing that up because he pushes Drake May, who has been a projected top 5 pick for multiple years, down to you. So you may be actually getting the better overall prospect in Drake May at 3 because Jaden Daniels snuck into the conversation with a Heisman season. Anyway, can I pay off my tease?
I would love for you. So I want you to crap all over the Ron Wolf way because it sounds like you're about to.
It's not necessarily crapping all over it. It's just realizing it may not work everywhere and may not be for everybody. The Packer way, the Wolf way, the Brian, what's his name? Gurkenkienst or whoever.
Brian Gutekunst.
I didn't want to mess it up because I feel like if you mess it up, you say a naughty word on the radio and you get in trouble.
You had another double entendre earlier that I'm much more interested in. Oh, yeah, you did. Oh. When I tell you, you're going to be like, oh, damn, I didn't realize it.
I like it. Anyway, the Green Bay Packer way, there is something that does not exist in Green Bay that exists and casts quite a large shadow in New England. Do you have any idea what that would be?
Well, I thought you were going down the road of going from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers was 25 years of great quarterbacking where they could build it however they wanted to.
Forget about that. It's also
I'm wrong.
The next quarterback can sit and wait for 2 to 3 years in that system because the previous quarterback was always a Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. They do not have a Hall of Famer. They don't have a starter. They have a journeyman that they just signed. That's who they have. And so that part of it. No. There's a name we've been talking about, and I think we're going to talk about even more for the coming hours of this show and what he is doing and how is he handling a rocky stretch in his job.
Mac Jones?
Nope.
Oh.
Robert, whatever the K stands for, Kraft. Green Bay Packers don't have an owner who can get anxious, reactionary, and say, damn it, why is Lambeau empty? It's also never empty because they do have the Lambeau experience. People were joking about the Gillette experience. Lambeau is like the Red Sox. You can sell the Lambeau experience.
Yeah.
You're going to get people to travel there just to watch a game at Lambeau Field.
Isn't that where the Patriots stole the Hall of Fame idea from?
Oh, they stole everything from there. They're title town, we're trophy town, like the various or vice versa, however it is.
Come on, Brian Morey, go to another Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
Steal somebody else's stuff.
But it's much easier to have a draft and develop and do these things kind of way when you don't have an owner in an owner's box who's on TV pissed off, like, remember Mark Davis when he was bitching at the camera during a play? Like, that visual, that angry owner is a force.
Remember,
and when he decides, Elliot Wolf, I know I told you you have 2 years to do whatever the hell you want to do. Guess what? I'm the owner. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, and I've decided 1-7 isn't good enough. If you don't win 5 games down the stretch, you're out, and your long-term plan can go with you right up your bum.
You're gonna be shipped out of here.
So the Green Bay way can only work in Green Bay because they're the only team in the National Football League that doesn't either have an aging owner who might want to win before he,
checks out,
or a young owner who's got his $13 billion and is like, damn it, I want to win right away. I just spent a lot of money on this thing. I want to have fun. I want to go to parties and Super Bowls and win. In Green Bay, you have none of that. You have these cockamamie shareholders, right? And you have the board of directors, and then you have a president who was Ted Thompson forever. I don't even know who the hell it is now, but you don't have to deal with an owner. Elliot Wolf and Robert Kraft, as much as they are his buddies right now, they're the new regime, the collaborative. I love them. I fell in love.
Collaborate and the communicator.
The honeymoon period can end quickly, and you have an owner to deal with, and you didn't in Green Bay. And I think that's a massive difference that no one really addresses. The owner is a major issue. The owner can get antsy. The owner can make decisions that are very different from the one he told you a month ago, a week ago, a day ago. And you have Robert Kraft to deal with. And by the way, Robert Kraft is sensitive to public opinion. Can we agree to that?
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to get into this. I think public opinion right now with Robert Kraft, not great.
Oh, we're going to get into it.
Not great,
noon.
Bob, as the meme would say. Not great, Bob.
We want your thoughts, and we will get into that at noon. I think it's a fabulous point. Owners get emotional.
Yeah.
And
like all of us.
Well, and here's the other layer down at Gillette. And again, I know it is a tad morbid. However, it is the reality of what they're dealing with down there. We know that Robert Kraft is aging. We know that he is at a point to where he's maybe ready to cede full control over to Jonathan if Jonathan hasn't already grabbed that wheel on a really big level, which I do kind of think he has already.
Yep.
But if there isn't the sort of patience and the wisdom of Robert, how then does that timeline change if, God forbid, for whatever reason, there is a changeover in the full control and it truly is Jonathan's to run? How different will that look? And does, even though it's the same family, does potentially a new set of eyes come in and go, this 2-year rebuild ain't working for me. It might have worked for him. It ain't working for me. Here's what you need to do to keep your job. Or I'm just going to pivot and go another way.
Fair or not, Robert Kraft has the cachet of 6 Super Bowl rings.
Very true.
Jonathan does not.
Correct.
It's just like I don't give Bill his 8-ring boat name. He has 6 rings. Parcells gets the other 2 because the head honcho gets the credit, the blame, whatever. Jonathan, whenever he takes full control, because I'm with you, I think there's a significant amount of day-to-day operations that's already under his control.
He's got the wheel.
But whenever he takes over sort of fully and he's the mouthpiece, the face, he's the everything, he's a new owner.
Oh, yeah.
He's no different than David Tepper, who
Bingo.
wants to make a splash, who wants to show I can succeed, I can make the right decisions, who can put his on the table and put his stamp on this franchise.
Agreed.
So I do think that's also, not only do they have an owner, they kind of might have a new owner or a new owner coming in Jonathan Kraft, wherever that transition and working in that world. And I'm not even talking about, these fears that, Jonathan and Robin Glazer are doing, they're holding stopwatches and they're going to pro days and they're picking. No, I'm just talking about owners want results. New owners want results even more. They want wins. They want fannies in the seats. I always go back to the jersey sale thing. That's why I asked you earlier about, do you need a star? Because right now, who are you buying? Christian Gonzalez jersey? If you got to go buy a kid. Yeah, you got some nephew who's turning 7. Whose jersey are you buying? Judon Gonzalez? Well, Judon might be out of here at any time because he's closer to the end and you had to tweak his contract to keep him last year.
I got a little something on that later.
Judon Gonzalez, Ramondre Stevenson. Oh, he's a free agent. Wouldn't buy that one too soon. There's not a lot of jerseys to pick from in the pro shop. Now, I'm guessing the number 3 overall pick will be the highest selling jersey.
Probably so.
Whoever it is.
Everybody will run out to go get it.
As long as it's not Joe Alt. If it's Joe Alt, no offense to you, not a lot of people like to buy O-line jerseys.
Right, fine.
But if it's Marvin Harrison Jr., if it's Drake May, if it's Jaden Daniels, if it's any of those guys, that'll be the highest selling jersey. But those are all issues owners deal with. right? Those are issues that Jonathan's going to deal with, numbers that he's going to crunch, and he cares. He cares more than John Henry. I don't think he can fluff it off and just look at the bottom. Well, we made money this year. Yeah, I know you make money. You get $300 million or whatever before the season starts from your TV contracts. You still care about year over year. Oh, jersey sales are down 48% year over year? Well, attendance is down 13% year over year?
Well, the strength of the brand. And as long as the tickets are sold, it doesn't matter if
strength of the brand? I would argue the Patriot brand was Brady, Belichick, and Kraft. Robert. Brady's gone. Belichick's gone. Sorry. I counted the wrong way on there. Good thing it wasn't on camera.
It's all right. Coop didn't get you.
And then if Robert Kraft leaves, what is the Patriot brand?
Well, it's
the logo.
It's the Patriots.
Flying Elvis.
That's the brand.
Lighthouse. I don't want it to be the lighthouse. I want it to be something below the lighthouse on the field. I want a brand that is the brand. I want to thank the 413 for joining us today, by the way, as always.
Of course. Yeah,
My guy.
The whole, Andy Hart
sucks with multiple U's.
And I always love the 978 text of what team are you the GM of?
I like
same for you, friend.
Yeah, I thought we were talking sports. I thought this was part of the sports experience. I thought that was fun.
That's okay. Well, the 978. By
the way, I could be a GM of a team. Sure. I would hit some and I'd miss some. I guarantee you I'd hit some and I'd miss some.
Like everybody
Just like
else.
Everybody else.
That's right.
Like and I'm not even saying that to be that is the truth.
No, it is.
Now, if I hit like 70%, I'm a really good GM. If I hit like 30%, like most GMs, I'll be fired soon.
Mm-hmm. And if you're 50-50.
Matt Millen can do it. I can do it.
And if you're 50-50, you can find a way to keep your job and all that
stuff.
What
are you, GM? What
listen,
dink you are.
Hey, listen, there are a lot of people who think that, you got to be perfect in the draft. I'm very interested to see the reactions to the upcoming draft relative to the way Bill was judged. But I digress.
Well, Bill's doing great drafting because they're re-signing all his players.
Yeah, apparently so. That's right. Because I do want to go back to Gerard Mayo, the great connector, in this respect.
I feel like you're really fixated on this.
Well, again, it's a new day down there, is it not? Have I not been told that things are different?
I feel like the new day has already ended.
Have I been told that the hard-ass edge is going away and that Gerard Mayo has all these selling points to connect with all these people across the league,
down
right?
silos, too.
Silos are down, all that stuff. So
egos are gone.
So, no, I do feel like, just like, say, Belichick had the ability, as Fourier's told the story of, humanize himself, have discussions with players, and, do things to run a team. What the hell? Everybody talked about Mayo with it, so fine, I'm going to run with it.
Okay.
And it is also, I think, the thought of RKK down there. The issue at left tackle is you can't find someone. You had a guy that was regarded as pretty good in Trent Brown. Why can't we have the great connector have a conversation with Trent Brown? Because you and I were talking in the off-air show. If you could trust him, it'd be a perfect fit. But if we don't have now, and I will use some of the fans from Twitch and text, the old troglodyte who connects with a 74-year-old, okay, fine. Then why wouldn't we put this to the test? Everybody admits that when Trent Brown is engaged, he's a great player. So why can't I expect the new guy with all of these things going for him? Why couldn't I look at it and say, you can't talk sense into this guy for a year? Is that why? Why would that be an unfair expectation considering it fixes the problem?
Because you can't get blood from a stone. And as much as I'd love to agree with this.
But if Bill was the problem.
No, Trent Brown's been the problem every place he's ever played.
Oh.
Every single place he's ever played. Oakland, San Francisco, New England when it wasn't Scar. So it's not an age thing because I think Scar got the best out of Trent Brown. And Scar was old when he got the best out of Trent Brown. It's not it's a certain mix.
But if I'm to believe.
That's not fair.
But if I'm to believe that Mayo has these skills that Robert Kraft has identified to be able to get people going in the right direction. Because right now there is no answer. Other than Tyron Smith, and you're like, guy's 33 and
DJ
hurt
Humphries.
all the time. But if that is one
Patrick Peters at the 34th pick.
But again, if that's one of the selling points of the head coach, Why not go down that road? Because we know if the guy is right, it fixes that problem like that. Ponder 617-7797-937.